Pranam Swamiji. This is another class with one again interesting question, and this question is peace versus happiness. So, as we are living in this world, we are doing our job, we have family, and what actually we are deriving from world is happiness. And by the by, we also understand that peace is the goal of life, and we try to achieve peace as well. So, while working for happiness, we try to achieve peace. So, somehow we are not getting happiness also and peace also. So, Swamiji, what is the relation between peace and happiness and how to achieve peace of mind? Over to you, Swamiji.
Peace and happiness. These are two words we generally used in a family, in the society, and whenever parents bless their married children, be happy and have a peaceful life. That both happiness and peace, these are the two words both they want. They want happiness as you like the peace. Anyhow, you have to know the definition of the peace. First, you have to understand the meaning of happiness and unhappiness, then come to the peace. Happiness, unhappiness, it is very easy to understand. When your desire is fulfilled, we are happy. When your desire is not fulfilled, unhappy. Whatever desires you have, that is called sukha, dukkha. Your desire is fulfilled, you are happy. And when your desire is not fulfilled, unhappy. But one thing, we feel happiness and happiness in the mind. Other way, these are the reaction of the mind in the form of happiness, in the form of the unhappiness. Whenever we see the object, when his desire is fulfilled, we react. This reaction is called happiness. When my desire is not fulfilled, we also react. That is not the in the form of the unhappiness. So happiness and unhappiness both reaction of the mind. One is positive, one is negative, we can say. For examples, a boy receives a car from his father in his birthday. He is very happy. That is the reaction of the mind. He is very happy. He started jumping, excitement, joy to inform the brothers, sisters, and other relatives. So these are the reaction of the mind. He desire is fulfilled by his father by getting a car. He is totally excited, jumping, roaming, running to brothers, sisters, and others that we see. So that is happiness. Again, when the car is lost, that person will become very excited and very unhappy, and he started roaming and telling to parents, others. Still, excitement and reaction is there. So, in this way, you see happiness and unhappiness, these are all excitement in the mind, and it is a reaction of the mind. Then another, you come in your day-to-day life. Whole day you work, in the night you go to the bed. Whole day we feel or we have a lot of restlessness of the mind, reaction, restlessness of the mind in the form of happiness or unhappiness in these 18 hours in the day from morning to night. Sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are unhappy. That means you are totally tired because of the reaction of the mind. In that particular night or sun, if husband and wife start talking and they get the happiness, but that time they are so total happiness also make them tired. So reaction is a reaction of the mind. Either happiness or unhappiness make you tired. So at the night you go to the bed for the sleep, and after morning you get up, you are fresh. During the sleep, you don't remember husband, wife, children, even though they are lying in the same bed. And that means totally cut off from the world. And after that, what you have got, you are fresh and energetic. So daily you are going to the bed, purposely forgetting the world, to forget the world, to cut off the world, to make us energetic, feel fresh, little bit peace, calmness of the mind. That you see, this is the characteristic of the sleep. So sleep means forgetting the world, then calmness of the mind comes. Then take another examples. When somebody come out from the temple or some place satsang, they generally used to tell how peace, what peace I have got it. Kya shanti mil. Shanti mil, but never utter the happiness, sukh mil. मंदिर से बाहर आने के बाद वो बताता है कि मुझे शांति कैसा मिला, बहुत अच्छा लगा, बहुत अच्छा लगा. So how this happen? He is the same person. When he entered the temple, after spending 1 hour in the temple, he come out from the temple. What is happening in the mind? You see the reaction of the mind. So his feeling is peace, not happiness or unhappiness. During this period of the temple, he was sitting. Generally, worldly thoughts, family thoughts are very, very less. That means forget of the world, forget of the family. Not totally, but 80%, 90%. So the moment you forget this world or family, 1 hour, environment is such. After that, when he coming out of the temple, he is telling, I get the peace. So peace is outcome of forgetting the world, forgetting your family. That is the outcome of the peace. Peace means that time there is no excitement of the mind. There is no restlessness of the mind. Mind is very rest because there is no feeling of happiness and unhappiness. Feeling of happiness and unhappiness make your mind restless. Whereas when this feeling is very less, then mind is little less calm. So we can tell what the person can tell, I get the peace when mind is cool. So happiness and unhappiness is the agitation of the mind. And peace is minus agitation of the mind, just like a pendulum. Left side, right side, when it stands still, that is the peace. Left side goes, it is happiness, unhappiness, right side, happiness. But one point you have to remember that happiness and unhappiness is a reaction and make the mind restlessness. So whenever you want make you happy, Happy means unhappiness, you know, cause of unhappiness is the happiness. That the things which give you joy now, afterwards, these things give you misery when this particular thing will be out of your hand or somebody taken up. So that is, so happiness brings unhappiness. Happiness comes when you love the world. The love the world means happiness will come and automatically unhappiness will come. Happiness followed unhappiness. So you cannot separate them. If you accept happiness, you have to accept unhappiness. So if you love the world, happiness will come. Because the reaction of the mind, restless of the mind. But when you love the God, there is no restlessness of the mind. So that is peace. Peace means totally forgetting the world little bit, you can say. So the difference is peace when you forget the world, happiness and unhappiness when you love the world. Peace will come. So when you love the God, worldliness should go from the mind little part. You can reduce the worldliness of the mind, thought of worldliness. So both cannot go together. It is like a day and night. This is a wrong notion, wrong understanding. When we say Sukh bhi, Sukh Shanti mein raho. Both are opposite. How come together? If you want peace, forget happiness. If you want peace, forget unhappiness. So Sri Ramakrishna used to tell, attachment to the God, detachment to the world. That is the way of peace. So I think you understand happiness and peace. Where happiness is there, there is no peace. People, by mistake, they think increasing the happiness. Increasing happiness means fulfilling his desires more and more and more, he will get the peace. But nothing, never possible. It is a day and night. You have to reduce the happiness and unhappiness so you can go towards the peace. So peace and happiness, peace and happiness or unhappiness are opposite direction, 180-degree angle. I think it is clear now. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Yes, Swamiji. Thank you very much. So you gave us clarity that peace and happiness we cannot have together. We have to get rid of happiness so that we can have peace of mind. Now, the question which most of us have is what should be the attitude of mind while we are doing day-to-day work so that we have less reaction and we are in peace for most of the time.
So day-to-day work and day-to-day life, you have to work with the God center. That whatever work I am doing, for what I am living, it is one way you can think it is for the God's sake, or it is a duty I am doing. But I should not attach much result and other things. Say in the family, husband is there, son, daughters, everybody are there. So little bit attachment will be there and restlessness of the mind will be there. But if you think sometimes, yes, I have to look after the children, but I should not be over anxious about them. If I am over anxious over them, then what is the God's hand? You cannot solve everything all problems. It is God's hand is also there behind it. So by thinking this way, I will try my best, but I should not be over anxious, but over everything. And behind that God's hand is there, I should expect, mind should be ready to accept whatever comes in consequences. But mind should be ready to accept the consequences. You will do it best at the same time, not being over anxious. You should believe in the God, rest on the God. So I think this is the way to reduce the anxiety, reduce the over thoughts due to your family man, giving the duty in the work. If you are so attached to the work, the tension will be more, stress will be more, happiness will be more. The more happiness means more unhappiness. That's the simple theory. If attachment, strong attachment to the any work or any particular work or you like it, then it will give tremendous happiness, tremendous excitement for the mind. That is just opposite of the peace of the mind. And similarly, it will give the tremendous unhappiness of the mind, just opposite to the peace of the mind. So this way thinking will reduce the attachment of the work which we are doing. I think it is clear.
Yes, Swamiji, one quick question along with that. As we are working in a God-centric attitude, sometimes when the mind is relaxed, uh, desires tend to crop up. At that time, what auto-suggestion or what thinking we should be doing so that we can
See,
retain peace?
one thing, when that bad forces overpower you, no auto-suggestion will work. If you are conscious, sometimes it has happened that evil forces from or within overpowering. That time, no auto-suggestion, no guides, as if you are a bankrupt. So, what you are auto-suggestions, if you are conscious and alert enough, you can get the auto-suggestion. But when evil forces overpower you due to such circumstances, that time you are helpless. You have to wait, overcome that period, then again you become conscious and auto-suggestion come within. Auto-suggestion means you understood clearly, the more happiness comes from the object, it is the more restlessness of the mind. You will be tired very soon. So, if attachment is less, restless of the mind will be less, then you have a peace of the mind. People become at a loss when evil forces overpower him. That time he is at a loss. No auto-suggestion, no help, so many theory, so many reading, so many knowledge, everything human being at a loss. People are reading like anything, and so many scriptures, so many quotations, but they are at a loss as if nothing they have read it, as no education at all, when they are at a loss due to evil forces overpower them. Okay.
Yeah, got it. Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you.
Anybody wants to ask any question? Please ask. Anyone? Yes, Akhil?
Yes. Madam Maharaj, this is Akhil.
Yes.
I have one question, Maharaj. As you showed the example that when we try to we go to bed and we sleep, then we deliberately cut our connection with our family and whatever things we are having. So, and you have said that happiness and unhappiness are exactly opposite to the peace. So, happiness, seeking happiness in this world is quite natural to everybody. But what changes comes in the into any person that one is forced to seek peace in this life. Why everybody is not
That
seeking
is,
peace in this life from the
see,
very beginning?
past in the family life, in worldly life, everybody running after happiness. After happiness, they realize the tiredness comes. They trans how to get the peace. Even happiness cannot give their solace what they want. Beginning, everybody running after happiness, they realize their mistake. This is not our goal, but this is what we want actually for running after. So they want the peace of the mind. That is why you'll find elderly people, they tends to go to the religious places, lonely places, because they, through their whole life, they realize happiness is like unhappiness. It brings tiredness of the mind, no peace, no calm, because mind is always restless. So that transformation comes with running after peace. Not everybody running after peace. Everybody running after happiness. The youngsters, that the more name, more money, more power and position, they will get the peace, happiness. But a time will come. They realize these are also reaction of the mind, tiredness of the mind. Unless that realization comes, they will not run after the peace. But people are by practice or knowing from the others, they are giving blessings. Sukh, Shanti dono milna chahiye. Bas sukh mein raho, Shanti mein raho. That is, they learn from the parents and hearing, but they do not know that these are two opposite things. So that is through their experience. Everybody running after happiness. Happiness, happiness, but the time will come, they realize that happiness is not the goal of the mind life, and that happiness is not quenching their thirst within him. Shanti, that will quench their thirst. Everybody thirst. Okay,
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you very much.
thank you. Have my love and
Yes. So,
blessings. Achha raho, anand
thank,
mein raho sab.
thank you
Jai
very
Hind.
much.